It's becoming more annoying than my persistent rash. We finally have a secure base. To go back outside without a plan is even too foolhardy for me.
You want us to hide behind these walls? To leave our comrades to die while you sip wine and lounge about? You have no honor, knight.
Don't lecture me about honor, elf. You have no idea what I've seen or what I've gone through. My apologies for that display. The whole rash comment. Just a figure of speech, of course. So, I suppose you know more about this place than any of us. Like, a safe haven, eh? I didn't really expect to see cheerful flowers and clear water anywhere in this dark realm. I couldn't let you go off and save the world all by yourself, could I? Not with just these Fighters Guild braggarts. That's a good question. I heard that Captain Alfari was killed shortly after we were scattered. I was hoping to find an alien. I thought they were all, you know, dead. Of course, this is a Daedric prince's plane. I really need to stop being surprised by such
Attend me, soldiers. We have a war to win, and time grows short.
What in Ariel's name is this? Who are you?
So that's the last alien, huh? I thought he'd be more dusty. Isn't that what happens when elves get really, really old?
Shut it, you fop.
Who's in charge of this group? Step forward and address me. Then allow me to rectify that. I shall lead you. We shall recover your comrades and complete your mission. If that does not work for you, your services are no longer needed.
I don't know who you are, but you aren't Fighters Guild. You have no authority over us.
Do you challenge me, then? Do you want me to kill you to prove my combat prowess to your companions?
I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing that. He is kind of annoying.
How can you expect us to lay down our lives for someone we never met? Trust is earned on the battlefield.
If you want to survive, if you want to win this, you must trust me. Allow me to explain why you need my leadership. We shall work this out. I understand your reservations, but with my leadership, the Fighters Guild will help us win this war.
The pieces begin to fall into place. With the King's aid, small groups have trickled in since your departure. The warriors inside seem to be under the protection. The pieces begin to fall.
Just need to keep looking. Please. My sister and I find ourselves stranded in this city of pirates with no hope of rescue or respite. It's like an unpleasant ship captain dropped us off without so much as a by your leave. He was supposed to take us to Hammerfell to explore I'm not sure. The language of the sea confuses me. We just need to charter a ship to Sentinel. But that disagreeable captain took the last of our gold. Finally a turn of good fortune. I imagine you'll have no problem convincing these ignorant clods to hire us forthwith. Honestly. Hammerfell, Anvil, why does everything in this part of the world sound like it belongs in a smithy? Look, it was an honest mistake on my part. I'm an artificer. If you ask me to recalibrate a dwarven power core, I'll ask you to what voltage. But determining where the captain made an error in his navigational calculations? We're dungeon delvers, not paupers. Kirith and I won't accept charity, no matter how you present it to us. We'll earn our own way. My letter of introduction opens doors throughout Morrowind. But in this isolated hamlet, I inquired with a blacksmith, but he wanted brawn. You'd think so, wouldn't you? The Anvil Repository has a reputation for serving its clients. Poorly. I offered my skills as a bookkeeper.
Sorry, Between my brother's problems with the Forge and that load of ingots that the puny Dark Elf dropped on the docks, I am way too... Yes, that was the Dark Elf's name. I gave him a fair chance, but I don't think he ever lifted anything heavier than a book in his entire life. We had to let him go. If the Dark Elf can improve the Forge, that would be a big help. But we still need those ingots. They were stolen after he abandoned the crate. The thieves use a dock outside the...
You, over here. This place is nice, but it's not a home. Feels like I'm hiding down here. People like us don't play coy. I see it in your eyes. You never heard of Tamriel's most elite guild of assassins? Word of advice. Urges aside, the Dark Brotherhood prefers to keep a low profile. Just remember, kill an innocent, get noticed. I don't want you to do anything. I'm just providing information. Don't take my willingness to help out as a sign or anything. I recognized a kindred spirit, and suggested a way to satisfy your darkest urges. Hey, I don't know exactly how they select new recruits. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Maybe you just need to be in the right... That's one of the best things about the Dark Brotherhood. It hides in plain sight. No one knows... Quite a few, actually. My favorite is the Night Mother's Truth. It describes the origins of the Brotherhood, although it might all be theory and conjecture. Fellowship, safety, and security, to name just a few. I don't want you to do... Don't take my willingness to... No need to be all insulting about it. I'm not one to reveal my sources. Oh, I got that from Margog the Hammer. Buy him a couple of ales and he spouts secrets like a bard spouts poetry. Just the other day, he told me that his cousin Crus killed a baker in You really don't know anything about the Brotherhood, do you? If they decide you're worthy enough to receive an invitation, one of their dark dignitaries shows up to deliver them.
An entire day's catch lost to the hungry sea. So many wasted feet. Oh, you know the big-brained dark elf with claws as dull as dirt? The one whose idea of mending a net is to tie a knot and hope for the best? Has this one misheard you? No, your goal does not lie. You want to pay me to pay Raynor to...
You look strong and sober. Want a job? The rowdy Gua skirted a hurricane off Kanathi's roost. Oddest thing, just came out of nowhere and we took some damage. Really? Wait a moment. You're talking about Kirith, aren't you? She's the worst carpenter to ever have to hammer, and that includes the drunk ones. I had to pay someone to fix what she repaired. She did more damage to my ship than the storm. Let me get this straight. You're going to pay me to pay her? To fix my boat? That's crazy, and I know crazy. My first mate thinks he's a were-skeever. All right, send the dog.
You there. Wait for a moment, if you would. Pardon the interruption. I've been looking for... Not me. But I have something for you. A letter. Confidential. Private. I have it here somewhere. Yes, the Anvil Lighthouse, just up the way. The sender ordered me to direct you there after I handed over the letter. Emily Crow? Do you know her? I gave her a letter right there on the Anvil docks. I have no idea where she went in such a hurry, but the gods keep you.
Stop, Miss... I'm afraid I'm here to collect your bounty. If it helps, just think of this as a fresh start. Excellent. Now, be smart.
You took your time. I was starting to get worried. But tell me, were you successful? Have you Immediately? That seems rather sudden. Oh, very well. Kirith, did you hear? We can earn enough gold to continue our journey. It just required someone... Mending nets? I was hoping for something a bit more... managerial? Beggars can't be choosers, though, I suppose. Thank...
All right. I'm ready to hear the news now. What kind of job did you sign me up for? Bodyguard? Spy for the Pact? Private chef for a visiting dignitary? Tell me, tell me, tell me! Really? More carpentry? Well, it's not the profession I would have chosen, but I'll do whatever it takes us to get to Sentinel. Thanks for representing us. Raynor isn't very good at negotiations. You did more for us than anyone in this wretched city. Raynor and I will do our jobs and complete our contracts. Then it's off to Hammerfell. There are ruins to explore, adventures to partake in. I'm all tingling.
Come closer and let me look into your eyes. No remorse, no mercy. Yes, you do have the eyes of a killer. How many lives ended looking into those eyes? Enough that I am a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood. I speak with the voice of the Night Mother. I act with the hands of our dread father, Sithis. I have an as well you should. I am certain you have questions, but first, we must determine if you are worthy of joining the Dark Brotherhood. You take... Splendid. We shall see how well you marry business with death. But first, allow me a tool for dealing death, of course. One forged by unseen hands. In return, I expect only unwavering loyalty and ruthless efficiency. Now, let us discuss the task before you. The Imperial noble, Lord Quintus Gerol, has been marked for death by the Black Sacrament. That isn't a question we ask. Suffice to say, he offended someone enough to get them to perform the Black Sacrament. The Night Mother heard the prayer, and now Gerol must die. Excellent. The noble's estate can be found northwest of Anvil along the Gold Road. How you perform the execution is up to you. Our unholy matron and the one true bride of Sithis. We are her children. There will be time enough for more questions after you complete the task before you. Just know that the Black Sacrament is the ritual by which a client procures the Dark Brotherhood's services. Using an effigy of the intended victim, a client pleads for the Night Mother to send an assassin to put it simply, yes. The lives of the innocent and the guilty alike are ours for the taking, and every soul goes to Sithis, as long as the price... The wise traveler asks for directions before the path diverges. Never hesitate to rely on your fellow Brotherhood members once you complete your initiation. I assume you want to know what a killing requires few special skills, but reaching your target? That's the real task, isn't it? High walls, locked gates, and armed patrols protect the estate. There is another way to reach the estate grounds, if you're interested. A series of smuggler tunnels runs beneath the Withered Rose and leads directly to the estate's courtyard. That's the route I would take. And don't forget to bring lockpicks. Gerol is a cautious man. He never leaves a door unlocked. The Withered Rose? A small hostel outside the city. Our lovely mother and daughter own the place, but they've had trouble making ends. The Blade of Woe is the ebony dagger of our Brotherhood. It is a single weapon, unique and powerful in the right hand.
Let me be clear. Leave!
in here.
Seriously, Quintus. I appreciate you providing a safe place for our meeting, but couldn't you have straightened up a bit before we got here?
My apologies, Governor Fortunata. But there's no safer place south of Baron's Wall than right here. Vermin notwithstanding.
I don't know, Fortunata. This place seems to suit you.
That's no way to speak to your betters, Count Caerellius. Speaking of which, finally turned Caerellius into a proper ruler. Your people deserve so much greater than you.
My lord and lady, please. We have a more pressing concern, and it affects us all.
Careful, Quintus. I won't be spoken to in such a manner. But you're right. The Dark Brotherhood grows stronger and threatens everything we possess.
I forgot to mention, Primate Artorius sends his regret, but cathedral business forced him to remain in Kvatch. He indicates that he will support whatever we decide.
I rule Anvil with an iron glove, but you let that glorified priest walk all over Kvatch, Count Caerellius.
I govern, while Artorius handles spiritual matters and the cathedral's defenders the Order of the Hour. I have control Kvatch until the murderer is apprehended.
Haven't the last few murder victims been suspected of the Dark Brotherhood? We do nothing, the murderer will solve our problem.
I refuse to allow a vigilante to dream of
If I didn't know any better, could it be Artorius were building it?
Should I be worried, my dear Count?
means that the Order will return to the Cathedral once the threat is resolved.
Primate Artorius gave me his word, and I give you mine.
And why should I trust either of them, Quintus? What good is their word when I find the Order at Anvil's walls?
That won't happen, Fortunata. We're not as ambitious and ruthless as you.
Despite his holy station, Artorius is a man. He has the same needs and desires as any other.
Lord Quintus, intruders have penetrated the estate. We need to move the three of you immediately.
Don't be alarmed, my friends. We've prepared for any contingency. Commander, secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
Of course, my lord. We'll find the intruders.
Show yourself, assassin. Or are you another one of those Brotherhood cowards who prefers to strike from the shadows?
We know that Quintus Jarol is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you... Not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother. Of course. Since the formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across the entirety of... Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of... irritation. The Gold Coast, however, presents an... I am the voice of the Night Mother. She conveys her will to the listener, the Black Hand, the instrument by which the Night Mother rules the Dark Brotherhood. It consists of one listener and 4 speakers. Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold. I gave her the greatest gift of all, solace. Yep.
What is the flavor of fear? Welcome
not taken.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of the Saint. And this is for you, shrouded armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide it. Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Explore the sanctuary, meet the others, at least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, the past isn't something we talk about here. For most of us, our lives didn't really begin until we were called to. No one joins the Brotherhood and immediately steps into a position of power. That's not how we do things. I had to prove myself. The Sanctuary has always been my home in the Brotherhood, if that's what you're asking. I've seen the Gold Coast change over the years, but that's enough questions. We're investigating the matter. It's not unusual for our pasts to catch up with us, and it's not like we have a shortage of enemies. True. Few have the audacity to openly oppose us, but there are many who would love to see the Brotherhood abolished. This feels different. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open. A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little. Complete the contracts assigned to you. It's as simple as that. We'll trust you with more difficult contracts, assign you more high-profile targets. The awards are greater, and we'll ask you